In the release and deploy stages, we are joining them because they are intimately connected. Remember the following. If you look at tests as an inverted pyramid, you can actually imagine the pyramid as a bug filter. So when you're coding and you're doing this at the top of your pyramid, there's an infinite set of possible known bugs. And when you create a set of unit tests, this allows you to collect and to catch the majority of bugs. And then when you introduce a new layer of testing for integration testing, you are catching a large amount of bugs. Then you introduce a new level for end-to-end tests, and only bugs that were not found in unit testing and integration testing find their way out up until end-to-end testing. And only the most subtle bugs reach the end user and the acceptance testing that can make it up until to production. So the idea is that even after releasing and deploying your software product, make sure that you have humans to conduct some exploratory testing just to make sure that your product has the business requirements met. Do some acceptance testing, and you can use some techniques such as feature toggles, where you can actually establish on and off tags that are used to establish what goes into a release or not. And finally, in the operation phase, you actually have to make sure that you are testing in production. So this happens with techniques that are well known and are quite often used to promote new features, such as A/B testing. Imagine that you have your end users and you create two groups, Group A and Group B. Basically, you decide which user enters which group, and then you have to manage the features that will be available specifically for Group A and for Group B. And then you deploy to production and make it available. You have to establish for how long will this be in production. And if you monitor the results, you actually can collect some useful data regarding if the features that are available for Group A are better used or most engaging to users than the features for Group B. When we talk about beta testing, we are speaking about primary focus that is to verify the product. So in order to do this, end users will have to be uncovering bugs. So the idea in beta testing is to actually promote your product within an actual environment for testing. Monitor is the last stage before entering the planning stage once again in the infinity loop of DevOps, and it is a quite peculiar stage. So let's see what happens when we talk about testing and then what happens when we talk about monitoring. So in testing, I have an active examination of the features and of the bugs and defects. I have all the tests focused on the product. I have problems that are found before releasing the product to the users, and problems can be identified almost immediately. And I have a specific test environment where the testing happens. When I'm monitoring, I have a passive observation because the idea is to focus on the performance that my product is actually having when it is being used by the end users. Problems can be found only after they happened, and they happen in real life being used by real users. Problems can be identified by a trend because you can actually establish that most users are not using a specific feature. That's basically because they can seem to reach to that feature, or that feature is unusable, or it's too hard for users to actually use them. And this can be identified by monitoring the usage data and checking on what features are being used or not. And this can only be possible when we look at the production environment. So, to wrap up continuous testing, given companies and their teams would like to deploy new builds faster, up until several times per day and on an hourly basis, and the quality cost avoidance of detecting a bug early in the development, and that leaders understand that they must achieve quality at speed, and that the current state of orchestration enables automation, when teams are created to provide quality without compromising time to market, and they build quality into the software development lifecycle, making quality a concept that is collectively owned by everyone, and activities are furthermore standardized, reviewed, and shared, and test automation is leveraged to ensure coverage, then I get CT, so that I can achieve quality at speed, introduce quality gates throughout the entire pipeline from shift left to shift right, boost the confidence of the team and encourage to continuously improve, enable continuous delivery with the goal of zero manual intervention during the orchestration process. Some key points to take away. Continuous testing introduces the ability to provide quality at speed. CT is highly dependent on the team and their mindset regarding quality. The goal is to make quality a collective concern owned by everyone in the team. CT should start small, first get some baselines and then start to automate at a lower level. Use data you have collected to improve over time. This includes establishing models and model-based testing, and even using algorithms specifically from artificial intelligence. Add automation where it will have the biggest impact and eliminate manual handoffs. Do some test orchestration. Thank you for watching.